Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, April 26th through Sunday, May 2nd. Before I begin, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to my channel, check out my Ask Me a Question, and also there's a link to my website below. Both of these are in the description section below. So if you would like to have your personal chart done, just check out my website. And also check out my monthly forecast. So for this week, there's just a few major aspects, and they're only occurring on like Friday and Sunday, so towards the end of the week. But on Monday, the beginning of this week, we have a full moon in Scorpio, and that was actually covered in your monthly forecast, so you can listen to it there. Okay, and Mars has moved into Cancer, and that's also covered in your monthly forecast. Okay, weekly forecasts are just for aspects, period. Okay, so for Aries, okay, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your second house, sextiles Neptune in Pisces, in your 12th house. Okay, and on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your second house also sextiles Neptune in your 12th house of Pisces. So, planets are still in Taurus in your second house of income, bringing in more money, a raise possibly of some kind. If you work for someone else, even if you're self-employed, you may be raising your rates or actually get a more prestigious client or something like that is willing to pay you more. But these very nice sextiles from your second to your 12th house of secrets and confidences, occurrences that happen behind the scenes or in secret. It's actions by you or someone else, in solitude or in secret, okay, behind the scenes. It's many things, it's the house of dreams in your subconscious mind. Having Neptune here has brought a lot of really dreamy kind of thoughts to your brain. Very pretty, actually. Your dreams, I'm pretty sure, are really vivid and bright, technicolor kind of things. And so are your ideas, just in the back of your mind. A lot of things are, that's where they are at most of the time, but a lot of them are coming to the forefront. Maybe you have, maybe you're inspired more or less to do something about one of these dreams, even if it is kind of like following it or bringing it to the forefront. So maybe you were looking for money in order to fulfill something like this, some kind of secret wish or secret interest that you have, but a lot of times these interests are expensive even, and they take money. So it looks like if you were planning on doing something that was just a thought, that you would like to act on, it looks like you will be able to do that very thing, because there is more money, more than likely, coming in to you, period. But this is like in effect all the way up until like mid-May, while the sun is still here in Taurus, okay? This is the time that something like that could really happen, especially on this Friday, when on the same day that you have Mercury sextile Neptune, the sun in Taurus in your second house conjuncts Uranus, also transiting in Taurus in your second house. And this is just like a very sudden event of some kind or other happening in your second house of income. So I would have to say it's, money coming in from possibly a surprise area of your life, or the amount that comes to you may be a surprise. But if I were you, I would play the lottery, especially on this day. There's a chance that you have winnings coming into you, money coming into you. In fact, I would start, if you could, start playing on Monday. The full moon in Scorpio occurs in your 8th house, directly across from this second house of Taurus. So something is going on there. It could start out on Monday that you are learning that you're receiving something. It could be, you know, some kind of inheritance or legacy. Could be a raise from your work that you actually do. It could be a past investment that you made that's paying off right now. It could be many, many things, but I'd have to say surprise results regarding your finances on Friday, April 30th. Now on Sunday, May 2nd, along with that Venus sextile Neptune, you also have Mercury in Taurus in your second house, trine Pluto in your 10th house of Capricorn of your career, 10th house of career. So that's why I'm saying, you know, there's a really strong possibility that you have money coming to you from your job, whatever it is that you do for a living. If you've done something new or whatever in your profession, this is also when you would be getting some kind of feedback or attention in regards to something like that, but someone could actually be contacting you regarding your livelihood or the kind of work that you do in order to they require your services. They would like you to do some kind of job or other for them. Okay. For Taurus, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in your first house of Taurus sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 11th house. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus transiting in Taurus in your first house, also sextiles this Neptune in your 11th house of Pisces. So your 11th house is your friends and your most sociable house. It's seeing your friends in person, going out with them, doing things with them. It's also socializing online in social media if you're not able to go out. It's any kind of group or organization that you belong to, but it's your gang or even the places where you would normally go to hang out. So you're having a pretty good time here with your friends, or at least with new people that you're meeting even. But you're kind of popular right now because you do have Venus in your first house, and people are finding you a lot more appealing than they normally do. You're being asked to events or to attend something or other, you know, with your friends, or if there's any kind of organization that you belong to, maybe they're planning some kind of gathering and they're asking you to attend. So that's pretty much what this is you're very popular right now within your group of friends, or even new people that you're meeting. On the very same day, on Friday, April 30th, the Sun in your first house, okay, in Taurus, conjuncts Uranus also in your first house in Taurus. Okay, so this is a very, very unexpected event happening in your life. Either it's you are the event, you know, or something occurs within your life that is just very surprising and actually very good. Okay, a lot of very nice things going on here. It could have even started with that full moon on Monday in your opposite sign of Scorpio in your 7th house. Okay, this was like a pretty active full moon. Okay, and it affects you a little bit more than everyone else because, like I said, Scorpio is your opposite sign, and your 7th house is your close relationships. So something could have occurred there on Monday, but by the time Friday rolls around, if whatever occurred on Monday was something you didn't care for or you didn't like or whatever, you know, by the time Friday comes around, whomever this may have occurred with on Monday may be crawling back to you in some way or other, or trying to apologize or trying to explain, you know, their behavior or what happened or what they would like to have happen in your current, you know, relationship ongoing. Okay. On the other hand, you know, getting the relationship thing out of the way, just you having this Sun conjunct Uranus in your first house means that you could surprise everybody right now. Okay, you could do something or say something even that surprises people, neither good nor bad, but whatever it is that you are doing. I've mentioned before that Uranus is known as the Great Awakener, and what that means is it brings your true self to the surface. Okay, it brings the subconscious mind right up there with the conscious mind. And a lot of times whatever you're thinking just blurts right out of your mouth. Okay, and this could be one of those times. But you shouldn't feel that you need to apologize for any of your behavior, because it's your true feelings. And you should always be true to yourself, right? Whether or not people like it, that's their problem. Okay, so don't worry about it. Besides that, you have Venus in your first house right now. It is your natural ruler. People are going to see the best of you anyway, no matter what you say or do at this time. Okay? It could even be just wearing something outrageous, or what would be considered outrageous for you. Maybe you'll get a tattoo. Maybe you'll change your hair color to like blue or purple or something or other. Okay? Could be just something like that. But whatever, it's because you wanted to do it. It's fun. Okay, also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with the Venus sextile Neptune, okay, you have Mercury in your first house, trines Pluto in Capricorn in your ninth house. Very nice aspect for, let's say, long-distance communications, possibly discussing travel plans with someone who lives at a distance. If you are involved in any kind of legal matters right now, or need to know legal information that's important to you in some way or other, you're usually in contact with the right people, or you are able to come across the correct information that you needed. Ninth house is many things, okay? It's a travel house, communication house, media, anything that you read possibly at this time or come across, some kind of, media that you read or listen to even. Could be pretty important to you right now. It could be the missing link in a way to information that you were trying to find out. Okay, so for Gemini, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 12th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 12th house, also sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 10th house of career, and your social and your personal and professional reputation, how you're known by, more or less, either professionally or personally. It is your most public house. This is being in the public eye. Having Neptune here, this is also your career, and I've mentioned many times that having Neptune here kind of makes you have doubts possibly in whatever your chosen career is. Maybe it's not interesting to you anymore, or you're discovering that you have a lot of other talents that you could be pursuing, and instead of being just stuck in one thing, doing one thing. All kinds of stuff going on here, but the very nice sextiles from Venus and Mercury from your 12th house of confidences and secrets, and acting behind the scenes, or even in solitude. Planets are about ready to move into your first house, so when they're in your 12th house, you are like recharging your batteries and getting ready to like burst onto the scene again. So it could be something like that. Maybe you are preparing something in regards to your job, or even having some kind of discussion with your employer or a mentor or your colleagues, or even someone that you consider a higher up. Maybe you're doing this in confidence. You could even possibly, though, be looking for another job. Okay? And it's a secret, obviously. Okay? Also on Friday, April 30th, the Sun in Taurus in your 12th house conjuncts Uranus. Okay? Also in your 12th house. So there's something very sudden possibly occurring, behind the scenes for you. You may, you just had Mars in your sign, and, it makes you very active in pursuing your own interest or things that are important to you. So maybe, that was like a kick in the butt for you to get moving, or lighting a fire under your butt, okay? And maybe you're getting results from that very thing right now, but it's happening behind the scenes, because maybe it is a secret. Maybe you have been in contact with someone else in order to change your career or change your position or leave wherever it is that you currently work. Even if you don't work at all, there's still something that you are thinking about changing in your life that's very public, and it is could even be your reputation, your status, or whatever in some way or other. But it's very surprising possibly to you. Maybe it is some kind of secret surprise that you're being let in on this day. Okay, but whatever it is, it's happening in secret or behind the scenes. Okay, also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with the Venus sextile Neptune, you have Mercury in Taurus in your 12th house, trines Pluto, transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. So maybe there is something like that right now. You know, the 8th house is other people's resources and money and anything, actually. Having Pluto here is changing a lot of things. This is also the house of transformation. It's a good place to have Pluto actually right now, because it's at home here in the 8th house. So that could be something that's going on right now with you. It's almost like the whole phoenix rising from the ashes kind of thing, where you become a completely different person. But this trine from Mercury from your 12th house to your 8th, we're back to the secrets again, okay? And this being a house of other people's resources and money may mean that there is somebody actually helping you behind the scenes or in secret, and they have gifted you with like something very surprising. Maybe that's what that Sun conjunct Uranus is on Friday. You know, it could be anyone. Doesn't have to be, you know, a relative or anything like that. It could be anyone, but you could be surprised by the support even that you receive at this time. Okay, for Cancer, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 11th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 9th house. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 11th house, also sextiles Neptune in Pisces in your 9th house. So having these planets in your 11th house right now of Taurus, your 11th house of friends, any kind of group or organization that you belong to. Social media, it's like seeing your friends live and in person. It's Zoom calls. It's socializing online, but it's like hanging out where you would normally go to hang out, what you would like to do. It's a very sociable house, but it is any kind of group or organization also that you belong to, and it's also your dreams, hopes, and wishes. And a lot of times there are people necessary to come into your life in order to pursue these very things, okay? Now this very nice sextile to your 9th house of foreigners, okay? People who live in another country or another part of your own country. It could be someone who just lives at a distance, or someone who has a completely different background than you, okay, which is actually very interesting to both of you, because you like feed off of one another, you learn from one another. Maybe that's what's going on right now, is you are learning something, it seems, possibly from someone who is foreign to you in some way or other. There could even be just introducing you to some walk of life that you knew of, maybe were interested in, but never really took it all that seriously. But now maybe you will. But only if it's like helpful to you in some way, okay? On Friday, April 30th, again, okay, on the very same day that you have Mercury sextile Neptune, you also have the Sun in Taurus in your 11th house conjunct Uranus in Taurus in your 11th house. So this is a very sudden, totally out of the blue event or whatever, some occurrence in your life, you know, that just is very surprising. And because it's happening within your 11th house of friends, I'd have to say that's where this would be taking place. One of them could surprise you with some kind of news, you know. One of them could introduce you to somebody that it ends up being, you know, very interesting to you, and may even become like a pretty good friend somewhere down the way, okay? You could also be online socializing and have something pretty surprising happen to you there. You could run into a friend that you haven't heard from or seen in quite some time. Just all kinds of possibilities here, okay? So it's good to try your hand at something or other, though, because this is the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So if you were trying to bring something about, nothing real big, but anything, I would speculate if I were you, okay? On, excuse me, I would have to say, okay, there's a full moon on Monday, right? It's in your 5th house of Scorpio, directly across from this 11th house. So maybe something's going to happen. Like your 5th house is the fun house, house of fun. It's parties, whatever, you know, entertainment. So maybe something may occur there on that Monday, and by the time Friday rolls around, you hear like feedback throughout the week or whatever, and by the time Friday rolls around, something pretty surprising happens to you. Somebody either says or does something, you know, in your group of friends or whatever. Okay, also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with that Venus sextile Neptune, you have Mercury in Taurus in your 11th house, trine Pluto in your 7th house of Capricorn. So we're back to, you know, your 7th house is your close relationships and your partnerships. So it could be something going on with your friends, and possibly if you are romantically involved with someone, something going on there. Maybe this new occurrence in your group of friends also affects your partner in some way. Maybe they actually know one another or have some kind of past history or whatever, or maybe your business partner or any kind of close friend, 7th house, okay, whoever you're close to becomes more a part of your group of friends. Maybe at one time they weren't, or weren't interested even in getting to know your friends, but now maybe they are. Okay, for Leo, on Monday, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 10th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 10th house, also sextiles Neptune transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. So you have all these really nice planets right now in your 10th house of your career and your professional and personal reputation, your status, your clout, kind of. But it's how you're known by reputation. If you were up for discussion of any kind right now, this is when it would be happening. This is your most public house in your chart. Okay, these very nice sextiles from your 10th to your 8th house just kind of means that maybe you are on the receiving end of, let's say, some kind of benefit from possibly work, the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your current job or whatever. If you were trying to branch out in some way or other by creating some kind of new position for yourself, this would be getting like some kind of response, favorable, but also support in some way or other. 8th house is other people's resources and money, among many other things. So maybe you need someone's cooperation even. Doesn't necessarily have to be monetary or something physical and tangible. Okay, so maybe you need, let's say, even a partner's cooperation. You need their help, something or other. Well, that means that you're more than likely going to get it. And also, very surprising, on Friday, the April 30th, with along with that Mercury sextile Neptune going on, you also have the Sun in Taurus in your 10th house conjunct Uranus transiting in your 10th house of Taurus. So this is like a very sudden and surprising event or occurrence of some kind happening in your life, and more than likely may happen in a public place, okay? There was just a full moon in Scorpio on Monday, directly across. Okay, Scorpio you have in your 4th house, directly across from your 10th house. So this could have been the beginning of something or other. Okay, your 4th house is your personal life and your home life, your family. Okay, your 10th house is your career and your outer and public life. So maybe there was something going on there that needed to be worked out. Okay. By the time this transit comes along on Friday, you could have some kind of very, you know, maybe let's put it this way. This is just an example. Maybe on Monday during that full moon, you have told your employer you really need to work from home, or you need some kind of break even. You need to take some time off or whatever, and maybe that was a problem with them. Okay, well, by the time Friday rolls around, everything could swing in your favor. It may be the exact opposite of whatever occurred on Monday, okay, from that full moon. If not, you know, you could just be out in public somewhere. If you're at a restaurant, you know, somebody could come up to you and say something to you very surprising. This is all very good stuff, though, because don't forget you also have Venus here right now. It's just that the planet Uranus causes very unusual things to happen in your life wherever it's transiting, and yours just happens to be transiting in the public eye. Okay, so at this time you may also read something about yourself, even if it's in social media, or hear something about yourself that you find really surprising. You know, it doesn't matter if it's accurate or not, you know. I've mentioned many times about the gossip mill, kind of, in regards to you, and a lot of things that are said about you are really funny, and you're associated with people, some of them pretty prominent, could be celebrities even, you know. You're associated with people that you've never even met half the time, okay? Just something very unusual that occurs in your profession or your public persona. You know, the public perceives you in a certain way, okay? And a lot of that could come out right now. You could get even just feedback. Nothing actually has to happen to you. You could actually just get feedback in regard to your reputation and find that all pretty surprising. Okay, also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with Venus sextile Neptune, you have Mercury in Taurus in your 10th house, trine Pluto, transiting in Capricorn in your 6th house of the workplace. Okay, which is why I was saying about work. Maybe there's something going on about work right now. Maybe it's been a long drawn out thing. You know, maybe they're finally going to accommodate you in some way or other. You know, making it easier for you to work, or easier for you to do something or other in regards to your job. Okay. For Virgo, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 9th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus transiting in Taurus in your 9th house, also sextiles Neptune transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. So you have planets in your 9th house right now of travel. Many opportunities to suddenly travel, but also to suddenly learn something. This is the house of higher learning. Even if it's something that you're learning on your own, but you may be pulled aside even throughout, you know, your career, whatever it is that you do, or if you're self-employed, or if you don't even work at all, you're still going to have a lot of opportunities to be like an apprentice kind of thing even to someone. These very nice sextiles, though, from Venus and Mercury to your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships, okay, romantic or business or just a close friend, means that you are like more in tune with each other right now. The 9th house is also your opinions and your outlook on life, your philosophy, personal philosophy, your even political views, your religious beliefs, things like that. So it looks like those are in sync right now. Okay. Also, though, on April 30th, Friday, along with Mercury sextile Neptune, you have the Sun in Taurus in your 9th house conjunct Uranus, also in Taurus in your 9th house. So this is what I was saying about possibly sudden opportunities, actually, not just for learning something, but for travel. This is a big travel house. This is also a big communication house. It's a media house. It is long distance communications. It's the house of foreign anything, foreign people, people who live in another country, people who are just have a completely different background than yours, making them foreign to you in a way. So all of these areas right now are with this conjunction are like a source of surprise in some way or other, but it's a good surprise. Okay, these are very nice things going on here. At the beginning of the week, when there's the full moon in Scorpio in your 3rd house directly across from this 9th house, they're in opposition, and there's maybe something could occur as far as communications go. Let's say you may actually get a phone call, text message, email, regular mail, even that could regular postal mail that could show up, let's say on Monday or around that full moon on Monday. And it could be maybe something a little upsetting to you possibly, and then by Friday you get another communication regarding that one, and it's the exact opposite of whatever you were told on around Monday. Okay, so things work out. If anything during that full moon at the beginning of the week doesn't go your way, by the time Friday rolls around, it does, but it comes as like a big surprise to you, because it's a total turnaround of what, it's the exact opposite of whatever was said or done or any kind of communication at that time, any kind of plans, whatever. It's the exact opposite. Okay, and it's what you wanted. It's more in your favor. So also on Sunday, May 2nd, Mercury in Taurus in your 9th house trines Pluto, transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. And your 5th house is your house of romance and fun and you know, all kinds of really nice things going on here. So I would have to say that you're in tune with someone. Let's say if you're romantically involved with someone, they have the same, let's say they get you. Okay, they have the same philosophy as you. They think the same way that you do. If you're involved with someone in a creative project, same thing. You both want the same outlook. You have the same outlook on how to even go about bringing your project to a successful conclusion. Okay. So let's see here. Oh boy, these are out of order. Okay. Oops. Okay, for Libra. Oh, it's already in another part of the zodiac. Okay, for Libra. On Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 8th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 6th house. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 8th house, also sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. So you have all these planets in your 8th house right now, where you have the sign of Taurus. The 8th house is shared resources. It's property that you may own with someone else. It's also debt that you may own with someone else. It's the house of legacies, inheritances, money coming to you through means other than earning it. It's prize money, settlement money, insurance payouts, refunds, credit, anything. Okay, so you have the planet Uranus transiting here. So this area is going to be a bit surprising for you, or unpredictable, more or less, over the next so many years, because that's how this planet's still going to be here, even once the Sun and Mercury and Venus leave this area. Okay, but right now, they're all there right now, so it's bringing your focal point to money. You know, you need money, more or less. Okay, this very nice sextile from Venus and Mercury to your 6th house of the kind of work that you do in the workplace helps you. You know, you may be getting a little bit more, let's say, benefits, insurance benefits even, but some kind of perk or other that maybe your co-workers aren't getting. Okay, something, it could even be just something with your schedule, the way you want your schedule to be, or, you know, just something that you would like to have go your way, more or less. This is also the house of service. You know, if you don't work at all, meaning you and someone else possibly have an arrangement where they do something for you and you do something for them, and it's out of necessity. Okay, you both need help. So you both have found a way to help one another. So looks like maybe you're getting a little bit more on your end, though. Maybe you're benefiting a little bit more than the other person is benefiting from you, from whatever it is that you're doing. But that's okay with both of you. Okay. Also on Friday, April 30th, along with Mercury sextile Neptune, you have the Sun in Taurus in your 8th house conjuncts Uranus, transiting in Taurus in your 8th house. And this is like the big surprise, okay? The big sudden, you know, event or occurrence in your finances, okay? Or shared finances, shared property, shared anything that you have with a partner, okay? But this is, you know, if I were you, I would play the lottery, even beginning at the beginning of the week. You know, there's a full moon in Scorpio in your 2nd house, directly across from this 8th house of Taurus. They're both money houses, and whatever occurs around that full moon, you know, might bring your attention to something with money, finances. Maybe not a good thing. You know, maybe worrying about them or wondering whatever's going on. But by the time Friday rolls around, it looks like if you were trying to get money from someone, possibly, let's say, a business partner, and it wasn't happening, they didn't want to come through with it for some reason or other, it looks like they will by Friday, or at least make arrangements to do that, or money that was due you in some way, a refund or a settlement of some kind could appear on this day. Okay, it's also, like I said, prize money. I would play lottery if I were you. Okay, on Sunday, May 2nd, also on the same day where you have Venus sextile Neptune, you have Mercury in Taurus in your 8th house, trine Pluto, transiting in your 4th house of Capricorn. So maybe whatever it is that's coming to you is some kind of inheritance or legacy. Okay, 4th house is family, it's your early childhood, it's many, many things, but it's your home, it's where you live and the people you live with. It's also your personal life, but you could actually receive something at this time, some kind of legacy, some kind of inheritance, or even just something like property even that was left to you, or that you shared with someone else that they decided to either buy you out or give it to you or whatever, or just get something really nice for your home. Okay, for Scorpio, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 7th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 5th house of Pisces. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 7th house, also sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 5th house of romance and fun and children and speculation and gambling and sports and games of any kind. It's the house of fun. It's the house of creativity even. So you have very nice sextile from Venus and Mercury in your 7th house of close relationships. Both of these are kind of like romantically intertwined, your 5th house and your 7th. So there is something very nice going on right now. You know, Taurus is your opposite sign, and all these planets are in Taurus right now, directly across from your sun and rising sun or whatever other planets you have in Scorpio. So it brings about a tug of war between all these planets. There's also a full moon in your sign on Monday. Okay, so things start off the week with a burst of energy more than likely from you. Okay, just trying to, I've covered the full moon in your monthly forecast, but what it does here is it starts a chain of events, kind of. So whatever occurs on Monday, by the time Friday rolls around, okay, you also have on Friday, April 30th, along with that Mercury sextile Neptune, you have the Sun in Taurus in your 7th house conjunct Uranus also in your 7th house, okay, of Taurus. So there's something very sudden occurring in your close relationships, in your partnerships, in your romantic life or your business life with someone that like starts to brew at the beginning of the week on Monday, okay, around then. Doesn't have to necessarily be that day, but around then. So by the time Friday comes along, you have like a breakthrough, I believe, okay, in your close relationship. Either it brings you closer, you get all this whatever out to discuss, you know, and do away with. Okay, if there was anything that you wanted to change within your relationship, you may actually want to get away from the relationship. You may actually break up or something at this time and make some kind of changes. Usually it's for more freedom. Usually you want more freedom or your partner wants more freedom. So even if it's business related, maybe they would like to do business on the side of their own, possibly still be in business with you, but also pursue something on their own. Romantic, same thing. Maybe you both want to see other people or change something about your relationship. Okay, also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with that Venus sextile Neptune, you have Mercury in your 7th house of Taurus trine Pluto transiting in your 3rd house of Capricorn. So this is very nice, though, too, as far as something occurring, let's say, within some kind of arrangement or agreement. The 7th house is also the house of contracts. Your 3rd house is also a contract house in a way. Both of these like kind of mesh together. Maybe you are trying to form something with, you know, some kind of written agreement or arrangement, and that could be happening with a close friend, a partner of any kind, romantic or business. But it's a very nice, whatever occurs at this time seems to work out for both of you, or seems to be fair. For Sagittarius, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 6th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 6th house, also sextiles Neptune transiting in Pisces in your 4th house of your home and family life. And the actual place where you live, the property surrounding it, but it's your personal life also, in your past, your childhood, your family, and the people you live with. So, you know, having all these planets in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do and the workplace, your co-workers, your health, house of health, and a house of service to others, you know, also the house of small pets. So maybe you'll actually be getting a new pet here. Who knows? But a very nice sextiles from Mercury and Venus to your 4th house of your home. I'd have to say that if you weren't working out of your home, you will be soon, or you know, that's what you have in mind. Even if it's not what you do for your main job or whatever, what you do for money, to bring in money, this is something that you are developing, and it will eventually have as your main career or whatever. You're actually developing a career, whereas you may currently be working in a job just for income. So there's all kinds of possibilities here, you know, for you to start whatever, if you haven't already, from your home. Everything's happening in your home. And in fact, Jupiter will be briefly moving into Pisces in May. So till like July, but it will actually move here you know, fully into Pisces at the end of December. But you'll get a little bit of a taste of what it's like to have Jupiter in your fourth house of home, where there's a lot of expansion going on. So maybe that's one thing that'll be happening here right now. Maybe you're just getting ready to make these moves. Okay. Also on Friday, April 30th, the Sun in Taurus in your sixth house also conjuncts Uranus, transiting in your sixth house of Taurus. And this is the surprise, the big surprise, okay? That's what these two planets together do, wherever they are transiting in your chart. So yours would have to be work-related, or even in the kind of work that you do. Having the planet Uranus here, and it covers or governs the sciences and anything electronic and technology, you know, whatever. You may have some kind of aha moment, a breakthrough of some kind, where maybe something goes the way you wanted it to as far as technology goes, or some form of science, or some kind of something different, a little bit different. You may be developing an unusual form of work, but it's in demand, or will be sometime in the future, or something like that. You could also, if you are, you know, currently working somewhere, get some kind of surprise within your job. Possibly maybe a coworker, new coworker comes into the workplace, or one leaves. The same thing with a higher up, a boss or somebody. Maybe somebody leaves, or maybe your company just does something very, very surprising. But you know, you have Venus here right now, which is very helpful. So I would have to say everything that occurs that is a bit of a surprise. In fact, you may even be called upon for a special job. And this, I would think, is regarding your side venture, whatever it is that you're doing on your own to create your own new career or new line of work or something like that. I believe that you'll be contacted with some kind of new client, new whatever, but you may suddenly be in demand, okay, as far as work goes. Now on Sunday, May 2nd, also at the same time, you have Venus sextile Neptune, you have Mercury in Taurus in your sixth house trines Pluto, transiting in your second house of Capricorn. So your second house is income, how you earn money from your profession, your job, or if you're retired, even your pension, or you know, your Social Security, or something that you have coming into your life. And that's where you're getting this boost here, is from your sixth house again. So to me, it just looks like work. It looks like your side job, or it maybe not necessarily your main profession right now, but will be in the near future. And you're getting work, you know, possibly a job that pays more than you expected. Okay. For Capricorn, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your fifth house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your third house. And also on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your fifth house, also sextiles Neptune in your third house of Pisces. So you have all these nice planets in Taurus right now in your fifth house of fun. Fun and recreation, creativity, romance, anything to do with children, speculation and gambling, games of chance, sports, the arts, drama, you know, attending a play or a film or something or other, visiting an amusement park, some kind of swimming pool thing, you know, whatever. This is very nice, actually. These sextiles are coming from your fifth house of fun, all these fun things, to your third house of your everyday life and local area, your neighborhood. So I would have to say that you are doing something within your own area. It's not very far. That is actually pretty fun. Could even be, you know, fifth house is also the house of parties. So maybe you're even attending one big one right now at this time. But this is like a very nice time to, if you didn't have plans, to make plans for something like that. Depending on what the weather's like wherever you live, it looks like you'll be spending some time outdoors, possibly with your neighbors or relatives, siblings even, you know, maybe a little bit of a reunion, a barbecue or whatever. Okay, also on Friday, April 30th, though, along with that Mercury sextile Neptune, you have the Sun in Taurus in your 5th house conjunct Uranus in Taurus in your 5th house. And this is, these two planets together bring about a surprise of some kind. It could happen, let's say, in your love life, you know, let's say maybe you've been seeing someone and you haven't really committed to each other just yet, or haven't really verbally expressed how you feel, and that's something that could really come out right now by you or them or both of you. You know, you just suddenly have this conversation with someone in regards to romance. Something could happen that, let's say, in speculation and gambling, because you know I'm going to tell you to play the lottery if you can. Especially on this day, but even if you could a few days before or after, there's a chance that you could actually win something at this time. Not a big deal, not a big win, even though you still have Pluto in your 1st house, and that does denote big time whatever, big time what life-changing events happening in your life when you have Pluto in your sign. And it's actually ending. It's pretty soon. It's in late degrees of Capricorn, so it will be moving into Aquarius. So a lot of times when planets are getting ready to leave and go into the next zodiac sign, they give you one last whop of you know, that lets you a reminder that they were there. And this might possibly be, you know, it's this one aspect alone isn't that strong enough to bring about some kind of win like that, but it's a beginning. Okay, so if you're not going to speculate with money, you could speculate on yourself, you could speculate on a creative project or a romance. Okay, also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with that Venus sextile Neptune, you also have Mercury in your 5th house in Taurus, trines Pluto, transiting in your 1st house. Okay, so you've got these really nice aspects lined up that are helping your personality, your, you know, your whole persona to shine in a way, as far as romance goes, or a creative project, or even something with your children. You know, possibly getting along with them better if you have children, or someone else's children, something like that. But it's a very nice trine to your 1st house, which brings out kind of like the best in you. You're actually having fun, and that's like not a thing that Capricorns are known for. They're not like the fun-loving sign of the zodiac, so you need to have more fun. Okay. For Aquarius, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 4th house. Okay, sextiles Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 2nd house. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 4th house, also sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. So you have all these planets in your 4th house of your home and family and your personal life, but it's the actual physical place where you live. Okay, so there's a lot of activity going on here, and the planet Uranus has been here for a while, and it brings about a lot of really out of the blue occurrences within your life here. Okay, this part of your chart. So very nice sextiles though from Venus and Mercury to your 2nd house of income. Okay, how you earn your money and the things that you own that are valuable. It kind of means maybe you are one of those people that are working from home. The planet Mars just moved into Cancer, on the 23rd, where you have Cancer in your chart, is your 6th house of the workplace and the kind of work that you do and your co-workers. So if you weren't working at home, maybe you will be now. Maybe that was something you've wanted to do all along, and not have to go physically into the workplace. And it looks like that may be starting to happen right now. Also, though, your home life could benefit you in some way financially. You may find out something about, well, let's go to this, okay? Also on Friday, April 30th, the Sun in Taurus in your 4th house conjuncts Uranus also in your 4th house of Taurus. So this is a very sudden news, a sudden surprise or something like that occurring within your 4th house. Okay, so you could actually find out something really beneficial about your home or your property, or even the area that you live in. You may even find out something about your past or your childhood if you're into that whole ancestry thing, you know, looking up whatever online, whom you're related to. All kinds of possibilities going on here, okay? Somebody that you live with, possibly a roommate or family member or something, could give you some kind of news or make some kind of sudden move that, you know, throws everybody off. But all of this is like good. This is all kind of good stuff that's happening. There's a full moon in Scorpio at the beginning of the week on Monday, so something may occur around that time, and that is actually covered in your monthly horoscope, okay? But anyway, so something may occur around Monday, and that, I don't know, you have to deal with, or maybe a little bit upsetting, and by the time Friday rolls around, though, it is reversed in some way, okay? Things are better for you. They're actually better than they were at the beginning of the week. So it's a bit of a surprise. Okay, someone could even just do something as simple as change their mind. Okay. Also on Sunday, May 2nd, along with that Venus sextile Neptune, okay, you have Mercury in Taurus in your 4th house trines Pluto, transiting in Capricorn in your 12th house. So, you know, your 12th house is your house of secrets and actions taken by you or someone else, or both of you together, behind the scenes, okay, in secret. And you're getting a little bit of a help here, possibly from a family member. This could be like an ongoing thing even. Maybe you are in cahoots with a family member and it's a secret, you know, but whatever occurs during this time is something good. You know, it's whatever you have planned, even solo by yourself, has worked out. Something that you were planning to do possibly all along seems to have fallen in place all by itself without too much input from you, okay, or action from you. Okay, for Pisces, on Friday, April 30th, Mercury in Taurus in your 3rd house sextiles Neptune, transiting your 1st house of Pisces. And on Sunday, May 2nd, Venus in Taurus in your 3rd house also sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 1st house of Pisces. So you have all these really nice planets in your 3rd house, Taurus, of your 3rd house of everyday life, where you would normally go throughout the course of any day. It's your siblings, your cousins. It's a big communication and travel house. So you could be like in contact a little bit more than usual with the people in your neighborhood. And they seem to be giving you, I want to say, good news. Okay, very nice sextile from your 3rd to your 1st house. Okay, to your personality, you know, whatever may occur at this time, or any kind of news that you get from anyone, no matter how you get it, verbally or in the mail, even regular postal mail, appears to be good news, or something that is in your favor, or something that makes you happy. Okay, Also on the same day, though, on Friday, April 30th, okay, the same day that you have Mercury sextile Neptune, you also have the Sun in Taurus in your third house, conjunct Uranus in Taurus in your third house. So this is a very out of the blue, very sudden, very surprising communication of some kind. A very surprising regular postal letter or email or phone call or message of some kind, even if it's a text message or a message on an answering machine or answering, voicemail, something like that. But or it's some kind of occurrence happening within your neighborhood, that you could learn that some kind of new business is coming to the area that benefits everybody there, or something about the housing or the property, or the school, your local school or something. But it's also a time where you may just suddenly up and take a trip, a little overnighter or weekend trip, or just wake up that morning and decide to even just go somewhere not too far from home, but do something different. The day should be a little bit different for you. If you had whatever kind of plans, or no plans at all even, you may decide to just, that day get out and do something that is kind of exciting in a way. Okay, on Sunday, May 2nd, also the day that you have that Venus sextile Neptune, you also have Mercury in Taurus in your third house, trine Pluto, transiting in your 11th house of Capricorn. So your 11th house is friends, okay, friends and where you would normally go to hang out, your group of friends, any kind of organization that you belong to, and very nice trine from your third house of, both of these are like internet houses and sociable houses. I would have to say that you may decide to get together in person with friends. If you're not able to do that, maybe you are making plans to do that in the future. But you may be online a little bit more, socializing on social media. You may decide to join some kind of group at that time that brings you closer, let's say with some of your friends, or some of your interest of some kind, which, the kind of people that are in your life now have changed just from having planets in your 11th house over the past couple years, but you still have Pluto here, and that's what Pluto does, is it brings change of some kind or other. So you may be attracted to different people than you were, let's say, like 10 years ago, or when you were younger even. Maybe you always had a certain type of friend, and that's like kind of changing, or has changed. Maybe you haven't realized it yet, or noticed it, or whatever. Okay? So I hope everyone enjoyed their weekly forecast. Be sure to check out my monthly forecast, and remember to subscribe to my channel. And click on the little bell there, the notation bell, and you'll be notified each time I upload something new. See you next week. Goodbye.